All right. I'm gonna make this quick. We are at 149th Street in Grand Concourse. This is Hostos Community College, CUNY, right? City University of New York, which is CUNY. And you got these infamous double handrails, right? Handicap, as in the ramp is a handicapped ADA compliant ramp. I want to say these are some very low rails. I was not really aware of these rails on the side. However, that could be something funky to play with. So let's take a quick look. You can see it's years of rust and chunked up paint. I would argue that the paint they use is a industrial commercial paint, therefore making it fast. However, I feel like there could be issues with the way these rails slide. Standing next to these rails right now, without really yeah, these rails are fucking low. This is lower than your typical 36-inch rail, which sits a little bit above the waist. I don't have my tape measure with me, but if I'm guessing, these rails are about 30, maybe 32 inches, which is extremely low. Extremely low, easy to get on. Right? Same with just about all of them. I should note the gap in the distance between the rails is approximately, if I line my foot up, approximately 1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking at about 4 foot 6 inches. These sidewalk blocks are typically 5 feet end to end, right? But if you look at it where the rail is, so if you take 5 feet minus a few inches here, almost minus a foot, you're probably thinking it's closer to 3, but I'm believing it's closer to 4. I don't think this square is exactly 5 foot. I think it's more than 5 foot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this square is 6.5, but typically, you see it's 6.5 because it's middle and it's got drainage in it, but typically you see this one here, this looks like it's more like a 5 foot concrete sidewalk slab. They're typically 5 feet in length. So yeah, that gap is about 4 foot. Let me just check this one. Very fusion. This one's about 1, 2, 3, 4, almost the same, 4.5 feet between that transfer, 4.5 feet between this transfer. And yeah, they're all extremely low. So get my foot lined up as best as I can by eye. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's like 4.5. I gotta measure these, but I'm guessing 30. All right, let me just see where it sits on my hip. It sits, geez, it's so fucking low. I wish I could show you where it sits. So fucking low. All right, I'll put it this way. 36-inch rail is about here, so that gives a take about 6 inches. These rails might actually be 30 inches to 32 inches, which is fucking low. The ground run-up isn't bad that at all, really. There's cracks and there's little inconsistencies in the concrete, but it's not gonna affect you from skating this shit. These are clearly guardrails, so these are 42 inches in height. You could clearly get up here. You could probably also jump over this if you're so inclined. You've got, so let's just take a quick zoom in of what you've got. All right, this is your spot check. Nice frame. No smoking, tobacco-free zone. That's a dope new playground that was built recently, or renovated, I should say. It's been there for a while. And then this dope new residential tower. Right, so you got your 42-inch guardrail, and then you got some dope-ass shit like this. A fucking windowsill. Let's see what material this is. So it is, it's probably some kind of sheet metal, as you can see, right? Aluminum sheet metal, which is about 1/4 inch thick. So you can definitely roll on that windowsill, gap out. You could definitely do this entire double set gap. If you're so inclined, you can grind this 42-inch guardrail, drop to your death. Grinding this, now that I think about it, is gonna be pretty difficult. These rails are very short and steep, and they've got a dick. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps, or 7 risers. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and 7, so you've got a 14 sets there. 7 and 7, and I'm not sure if you can really jump to grind that because of the poles in there. You can't really do a wall ride unless you somehow roll against the window, and then you can kind of roll on the windowsill. Let's see what this window is made out of. Actually, you might, depending on how brave and bold you are with big wheels, it's possible, there's a chance that this window will stand up to the test of even a scooter, a BMX, or inline skates, but you then have to be able to roll over this here. And as you can see how old this is, it's getting mushed as I push it with my finger. All right? And those are the bad boys, all the good guys, however you want to call it. So that's your spot check. Hostos Community College. I would definitely consider doing the gap. There's some inconsistencies before you jump, but this is your spot check. Peace, love, blessings.